Well, here at home, we have felt extreme cold with sub-zero wind chills and also accumulating snow. Our first real taste of winter this season came after the new year. But it's not just us here in Ohio and Michigan that are feeling the wintry weather. All across the country, winter impacts can be felt all the way to the south and western parts of the United States. So in this week's edition of the Climate Friday newsletter, we're going to be talking about these wintry conditions, where they are striking, and about how we are sharing in this all together with Mother Nature bringing us a dose of winter. If you're not already subscribed, be sure to head to WTOL.com/email for the latest Climate Friday newsletters each and every week. Let's start to break down the numbers and look at parts of the United States that are experiencing wintry weather. Starting things off here at home, just as forecast, we dipped below the 0-degree mark this week, and that is not even factoring in the wind chill. We've dropped down to 2 below zero, our coldest air temperature this week, and even the daytime highs have been frigid feeling. Our lowest high temperatures this week occurred both Monday and Tuesday as well, a pair of 11-degree days. But when you factor in that wind, we had sub-zero wind chills for a good portion of the week. What a far cry from the December warmth that we felt. The warmest December on record brought us to 65, and this week, -2, the coldest temperature of the week, with chilly weather expected in the start of the weekend. The last time we were above freezing, you have to go all the way back to last Saturday, January 13th. Our high temperature on that day was 38, and if you're watching this video on Friday, we are likely still well below freezing, with our next time dipping above 32 not occurring until Monday. So it's going to be over a week's duration with temperatures below freezing. Now, of course, that's just the thermometer temperature, and believe it or not, due to the mild first 2 weeks of January, we are right about on par temperature-wise. But of course, that doesn't tell the full story. With this roller coaster of temperatures, we had a much colder week this week, and the data will reflect that as we look at the overall bigger picture, showing you a return to some colder wintry weather. Now, as far as the wind chill is concerned, that was also noteworthy this week, not just the temperatures, but also those extreme wind chills. Meteorologist Matt Willoughby made this graphic showing 83 consecutive hours of sub-zero wind chills, and the coldest recorded, at least in the Toledo area, was a feels like or wind chill of 24 below zero. Some of you may have even felt colder, especially those of you to the northwest of the Toledo metro. Locations like Hillsdale and Lenawee counties, wind chills in the double digits below zero, and we recorded wind chills and wind gusts that were also in the ballpark of 40 to 45 miles an hour. This is a weather pattern that has impacted a good portion of the lower 48 United States, and a number of records are evidence of that. Snowfall records in the last 30 days have amounted to 572 across the country, with significant snowfall impacting a portion of the United States. Now, record cold has also been a big story. Looking at those overnight low temperatures, 159 records have been set across the country just in the last month alone. And those are just overnight low records. If you look at the daytime high records, 218 have been set in the last month. So a number of cold and snow records across the United States as a result of this weather pattern. Essentially what happened is we got a strong dose of that cold Canadian air, the jet stream lowering way down to the southeastern portion of the United States, and cold conditions have impacted a good chunk of the lower 48, not just here in the Great Lakes region, but all the way down towards Mississippi and Alabama. An ice storm brought wintry weather impacts to portions of the South. So let's take a tour across a portion of the United States and a number of states that have been affected by this weather. Starting off in Colorado, in the mountains, negative 19-degree temperatures were recorded in Denver. 2 consecutive mornings with those record low temps. A number of Colorado cities experienced record lows, which we're going to be breaking down in just a second. Looking up further to the north in South Dakota, -23 was the temperature recording in Rapid City. And Rapid City is known for its extreme cold. That upper Midwest often experiences bitterly cold temperatures. However, that temperature reading was the coldest since 1996. Now, with the influx of that cold air to the south, we saw wintry weather and snowfall for a good chunk of Tennessee, where 7.6 inches of snow accumulated in Nashville, and Nashville shattered a daily record as far as snowfall. This occurred Sunday into Monday, with over half a foot of that happening in one day. Now, the Buckeye State also got its dose of wintry weather. At one point, we had all 88 counties in the entire state under wind chill advisories, from Toledo down towards Cincinnati and up towards Cleveland. Back in Missouri, Kansas City set a record of -16, and that's the coldest temperature that's occurred since 1989 in Kansas City, Missouri. Up in the Pacific Northwest, an ice storm was felt where they were right on that fringe of 32 degrees freezing mark and saw icy impacts, especially in cities such as Portland. Going in a little more in depth into some of those records, the city of Nashville picked up over half a foot in just one day. Monday's snowfall amounted to 6.3, and when you add those 2 days together, over 7 inches of snow accumulated. The former daily record was only 2.2, and that dates all the way back to 1944. So they essentially tripled that record all in 1 day's worth of snow. Extreme cold was felt in the state of Colorado. We talked about Denver getting those consecutive back-to-back -19-degree days. Also, the town of Lyman, Colorado had a -30-degree temperature reading, and that weather station has been around since 1948, and this was the coldest weather observation that ever has occurred since the start of that site. Colorado Springs got down to 10 below, and Pueblo, Colorado got down to 11 below zero, with a lot of the mountainous western United States experiencing those cold temperatures. In Denver, that -19 is notable. That was the coldest January day dating all the way back to 1963. Now, if you're not a fan of the winter chill, I do have some good news for you. We are going to round a corner and turn much milder into next week. Those bright burgundy and red colors show you temperatures that are going to switch to above average, and we are likely to see milder than normal conditions, with temperatures climbing to the 40s by the end of the 10-day forecast. A major flip in the weather pattern is expected. Temperatures surging to the 40s, but with that, we will have to see some rain chances, likely melting away all the snow we have on the ground. But with these upcoming alert days, you want to stay tuned to the WTOL 11 weather team, and there's where you can subscribe to the Climate Friday newsletter. Even though this week we talked about wintry weather across the country, next week we will likely be talking about milder conditions with temperatures in the 40s here at home. Have a good week.